literally been, I don't know how long I've been going for. That's the unfortunate thing. 8 minutes. I've been going for 8 minutes. That's fine. Right, I'll do the other half. For everybody who's missed, I've totally forgot to hit the record button on my local recording. So you might have to go and watch the first part on Blab. Yesterday, I didn't even record it on Blab. I did the local thing, and today I've done the opposite. Here's me doing process and pipelining and can't even get my own right. You know why? It's because I should be drinking this first. Oh my god, liquid gold. Oh, I don't know about you, but I get that kind of whole body buzz when I get some coffee inside me. So yeah, for people who've missed the first part because I forgot to start recording, I've been talking about the farm. I'm talking about QR codes. I've talked about these little things that are going to get printed on, these little pieces of stainless steel. We're going to do audio tours. We're also going to do links to fairy door stories for fairy doors around the whole of the Beehive farm site. So it's beehive.farm site, and there's a petting zoo at the farm, and we're going to do little interactive tours. That's one of my jobs for today. I'm very busy like pulling that document together. The other thing that arrived yesterday is the MiFi. I don't know if you know this, but on last Friday, I can't remember the date, we did a kind of like a telethon where we sat on Blab and we were all chatting, and it was a birthday party, and I spent a couple of hours putting some video together, and Dale and myself, and I'm not sure if Megan did or she just had a lighter, but like we went out and bought cakes, and we had this kind of virtual birthday party online, which was just awesome. Like, looking back now, it was so awesome. It went really well. Everybody was drinking red wine or similar things. And we had the cake. We did the videos. And over the space of 2 hours, because Chloe's video or internet is really bad, it kept on dropping out. And it was getting really frustrating. And every time I've sort of spoke to Chloe online with video, it's been a problem. So I said, you know what? You just need a MiFi. Forget, like, your internet connection at home. Yeah, you might be in the boonies in the middle of Nowheresville. Let's see if we can get you a MiFi, and hopefully we can find you a decent cell provider that has 4G in your area, because I find now that 4G has kind of surpassed a lot of these even DSL modems in remote places where you've only got like 5 meg down and half a meg up. That half a meg up is an absolute killer for people trying to do video. So we've got the MiFi. I'm doing a course on it using Udemy. I don't know if this is a bit cheeky or not. I didn't really ask, but like I just thought it'd be a good idea, instead of just getting this and then sending it on. I guess we could have sent it straight to Chloe really, but I didn't ask her for her address or anything. What I was going to do is unbox it, take it out, set it up so it's ready to go for her, send her a little bit of a document to, you know, what she needs in terms of a SIM card, see if we can find her a decent SIM card for it, make her understand that, you know, she can't sit on Blab all the time doing live streaming because there's no unlimited package for 4G, and she'll probably need 4G to do video. You probably do it on 3G, but 4G would be better. And I'm going to do a Udemy course at the same time. Just thought it'd be a good idea to kind of do an advocate course about how to use a MiFi device, and it's got 32 chapters, lectures in the course about how to use it, when to use it, external aerials, setting your SSID, just loads of information about using a MiFi device. So I'm literally going to throw that together at some point today. What else have I got to talk about? I've also got to talk about no, I think that's pretty much it. I've got literally, what time is it now? 3 minutes. So I'm coming up to 3 minutes. So give you a bit of a breakdown of the day. Welcome, Lloyd, to the channel. I've just started recording locally when I normally do it the other way around. I normally forget to record online and record locally and upload that to YouTube. So I do apologise for people who have only watched this part on YouTube and missed out the other part. You'll have to go to blab.im/philcampbell, and in my profile you'll be able to play the replay back, and it's elevenish number 3, MiFi Farm podcast, Team Humble. So yeah, that's my day today. As my 11ish break, I am making designs for these. So these are little stainless steel plates that I bought off Fiverr.com, and the guy, I think, is in somewhere like Lithuania or somewhere like that, and you just send him your vector design and he'll kind of put it on. I think they spray these a colour, and then the laser literally takes away the paint and leaves the rest of the paint on it. I'm not quite sure what kind of material or paint that is, because it's really good. Whatever it is, it's not coming off. and I think it's pretty scratch proof as well. And these are stainless, so these should last outside pretty well. And these are going to go on the benches, and you'll be able to scan the QR code and follow the audio tour, or go to a link which will be, you know, might be on one of the fairy doors or one of the trees, or you'll scan it and it'll take you straight to a little online story. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about it because there's a number of things you can do once you have like virtual digital assets in the field. Is you can track stuff and you can share stuff. So if somebody gets a story, a little SoundCloud story, we can show them how to share that via their Twitter and their Facebook. So it's kind of a nice way of getting some interaction between the audience on our Facebook page for the farm, is to get them to share their experience. Oh, I went to the farm today, I scanned this code, I had this like walk around the site, and I was listening to a little audio walkthrough of how to get to various parts of the farm, to the different lakes, because there's like 3 lakes here. They're not massive, but like they're fishing lakes, and just doing a little walk tour around the site is pretty cool. And we're going to do that for the petting zoo. Like I said, each one of the pets is going to have its own independent podcast, so you'll be able to go up, scan the code, and then when there's a new one, we just change the link to the code, so that every time you go to the farm, chances are you're going to get a different audio for that particular animal. But there will be one overall big podcast for the farm. I've got an idea for doing a theme song for it. I know somebody on Fiverr who did one for us for eBay Queens, which we never used because we didn't get eBay Queens off the ground. But I'm definitely going to get a Beehive Farm jingle that goes at the beginning of the podcast, and then I'm going to have people recite little stories for, I think it's Ella and Jack is the goats. I took a great photo this morning of Ella and Jack. Let me see if I can find it on my oh god, here we go, like live on camera, trying to find pictures of goats. It's here somewhere. Some of these are awesome. Some of these came out really well. Got one of the rabbit. I don't know if you can see that. Look at how cute that rabbit is. Oh my god, it's so cute. So I got one of the got a whole bunch this morning of all different animals and their different names. I got all the gerbils, not the Germans, the gerbils. And also, let me have a look. See, we've got some of the peacocks. So we're going to have like adventures with the peacocks. And each one of these will have a different story. So the peacock mum, who's been going around the whole site with the 4 kids, who, by the way, the 4 kids are no longer 4 kids. They have grown so fast in like 6 weeks. It's unbelievable. So we're kind of trying to maintain a relationship with people who come to the farm and, you know, love the animals, or the mums that come every week or 2 weeks over the summer period, when the kids are off school for the 6 weeks. The mums were here literally every week, and going into the site, and 5 or 6 of them just sitting around on their phones while the kids were playing in the sandpit. Here we go. I've got one of Bramble. Look at Bramble looking sad. So I need a whole story for Bramble about going away on her adventures. And then look at that. How cute is that? That's Jack and Ella. Definitely going to have Jack and Ella going on a trip to Nepal, climbing up the hillside, looking for spiritual guidance. I think we should factor in some kind of interesting story like that. So that's my day. Like, I'm going to neck a bunch of coffee. I'm going to get into this MiFi device, which we bought collaboratively using Blab, which has been amazing. And I can't wait to tell the story about that. Just to give you a 60-second catch up with that, we raised, I think it was about 80 quid, something like that. We raised 80 quid in 2 hours from the group of people who were sitting in our chat room. It was Chloe's birthday. Chloe's got really bad internet. I just threw up a GoFundMe in about 10 minutes that says, Chloe has shit internet, let's fix that. And literally the 7 or 8 people that were in the room rallied together, pulled the money together. I ordered it through Amazon. I took a screenshot of the order. It's turned up today. I'm taking it out of the box today. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to install SSID on it so that she can literally take it out of the box, put a SIM card in it, and be on the internet, using the internet and using her devices with it. And that's kind of exciting because, you know, using like transmedia storytelling, transmedia being lots of different social platforms, audio, video, textual, Twitter, Facebook, now Blab, Periscope. All of these things are storytelling, have storytelling potential. And so to be able to now pull that together and do kind of micro crowdfunding for a cause I think that's a really powerful gesture in terms of how do we get the conversation going about what digital advocates do, you know, like the making process behind the scenes. So I'm really excited about this because it's the first time we've done it, and it's what's good about it for me is that I can do a Udemy course around the MiFi, set it up, send it on to Chloe. Chloe gets something out of it. She's empowered by it. She's inspired to like pass on that kind of like helping gene. And then also we've got a course that I can send her that she can step through and feed back to me and say, I didn't understand this bit, or I understand this bit, or can you explain this a bit more? And she can learn about the MiFi device itself rather than just being a consumer and buying this off Amazon and just, you know, reading the manual quickly and just putting the card in and just using it for one thing. It can be used for quite a lot of things, these MiFi devices. And actually, sometimes we don't realise what we're bringing to the table. Having this device with a, you know, an unlocked SIM card, or it's an unlocked device but with a SIM card in the US or the UK, you can provide like internet, Wi-Fi for up to 15 people with the new MiFi devices. So kind of a powerful person to have at a conference if the internet's bad, just to be able to talk to your friend and say, can I jump on your MiFi? Great conversation starter as well. So very busy day. I probably won't be on again now till later on tonight. I normally do a little bit of a catch-up show at 10 o'clock at night. It's my MiFi now has got 24 days before I run out of 100 gig, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that, but that's kind of exciting as well. I've been building a Wi-Fi aerial, which is pretty much done. I just need to do some testing, and I then need to find a base and kind of put it up about 10 foot in the air and see if I can pull in the signal from the Wi-Fi down the road. If I can, then it keeps me on the internet. But the problem I've got is that EE gave out these summer special SIMs, and these summer special SIMs are 100 gig 100 gig of 4G traffic for a tenner a month. Like, I've never seen anything like that in the UK. Unprecedented. And you get 2 months access for £10 a month, and I'm in my last 24 days now, and I'm begrudgingly, I don't know if I can go back to EE after this, because 10 gig of data, 4G data, is £30. Now, 3 does have a package where they say 4 data is included for £15 a month, and it's unlimited. So I'm kind of going to have to test that out and see if that works for me, because doing blab over 4G, a blab per hour is roughly about a gig of traffic. So if you're on for 6 or 7 hours, you can easily burn like 6 or 7 gig of 4G data. So obviously that's not sustainable, and I can't afford £30 every, well, it was roughly 7 or 8 days I was buying £30 worth of 4G data, which, you know, it's like £120 a month. That's crazy when you could just have a Wi-Fi unlimited connection. Obviously being in a field in the caravan is very difficult. So I really need to get back to Derby. I really need to do co-working back over in Derby. I need to find a way to buy a flat that I can rent, a flat where I can be there Monday to Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday back at the caravan, and literally be on the gigabit there in Derby throughout the week. So that's the plan. Working on that. We've got a GoFundMe up for that. Today's very busy. I'm going to shut down now. Lloyd, thank you for joining me. Even though you didn't join me in the room, it's all right. It's not something that we're used to doing yet. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to record all the video. The problem is, if you have just one person in, it stretches the video out into 2 thin bits, and then uploading that to YouTube, it looks weird. Whereas if you've got 4 people in, it kind of sizes it up to fit in the 16:9 really nicely. So at the minute, I'm just using Blab to record on the service so people can play it back, but also record a video locally on Wirecast, which I can then upload to YouTube, which is a lot higher quality. So that's it, really. That's all I wanted to say today, even though I've said a lot and only had 1.5 coffees. I'm on fire today. I've got to edit these pictures. I've got to open the MiFi. I've got to set that up, take some photos, do some Instagram, do some Vine. Yeah. And that's it. It's all good. It's going to be a mad day. I think I tend to have sprints. I don't know if everybody else does this, but I tend to have sprints where I go from like lunchtime, so 12 o'clock, all the way through till like 8 o'clock. So I've got like an 8-hour sprint. I'm probably going to spend 1 hour on editing photos. I'm probably going to spend another hour on mocking up a vector QR code that I can send to the guy who makes these in Lithuania, wherever he is. He's somewhere like in one of those little countries, and get him to give me a quote on doing a whole series of QR codes. I need to get one done first to make sure that it scans properly, because it would be a nightmare if I did that. Then I'm going to open the MiFi box. That's probably going to take me an hour to go through all the features in terms of what features are possible with this MiFi device, because every MiFi is going to be different. I've already written out the course in Udemy. I've just got to finish off some descriptions, and then it's filming. So I'll probably be starting filming about 4 o'clock. Filming from 4 all the way through till about 10, and then we'll be on Blab at 10. So I hope you'll join me. I hope some of that was interesting. I'm doing these every day. I don't know why I started doing them at 11 o'clock. It kind of pressurizes me into getting out of bed at 9 o'clock in the morning and get myself together. I literally got up this morning, went out, grabbed some money, bought some breakfast, got some coffee, came back, went to the farm, shot some photos, and then came here in a blind panic, setting up my coffee machine, setting up the lights, forgot to do the recording locally. Not a big problem, I've got it online. Actually, all of it will be online. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go to blab.im /philcampbell. You will find elevenish 03 MiFi Farm Podcast #Team Humble.